What are the effects of abuse? When people are abused, it can affect every aspect of their lives, especially self-esteem. How much harm is done often depends on the situation and sometimes how severe the abuse is. Sometimes a seemingly minor thing can trigger a big reaction. Being touched inappropriately by a family member or being told to keep secrets, for example, can be very confusing and traumatic. Every family has arguments. Friends, couples, coaches, and teachers can get upset, frustrated, or have a bad day. We all go through difficult times when someone is stressed and angry. Punishments and discipline, like removing privileges, grounding, or being sent to your room, are common. Yelling and anger can happen in lots of parent-teen relationships and in friendships, although it can feel pretty bad to have an argument with a parent or friend. But if punishments, arguments, or yelling go too far or last too long, it can lead to stress and other serious problems. Teens who are abused, or have been in the past, often have trouble sleeping, eating, and concentrating. They may not do well at school because they are angry or frightened, or feel like they just don't care anymore. Many people who are abused distrust others. They may feel a lot of anger toward other people and themselves, and it can be hard to make friends. Abuse is a significant cause of depression in young people. Some teens can only feel better by doing things that could hurt them, like cutting or abusing drugs or alcohol. They might even attempt suicide. It's common for those who have been abused to feel upset, angry, and confused about what happened to them. They may feel guilty and embarrassed and blame themselves. But abuse is never the fault of the person who is being abused, no matter how much the abuser tries to blame others. Abusers may manipulate somebody into keeping quiet or saying stuff like, "This is a secret between you and me," or, "If you ever tell anybody, I'll hurt you or your mom," or, "You're going to get in trouble if you tell. No one will believe you and you'll go to jail for lying." This is the abuser's way of making a person feel like nothing can be done, so he or she won't report the abuse. People who are abused might have trouble getting help because it means they'd be reporting on someone they love, someone who may be wonderful much of the time and awful to them only some of the time. People might be afraid of the consequences of reporting abuse, either because they fear the abuser or the family is financially dependent on that person. For reasons like these, abuse often goes unreported, and many kids and teens don't tell anyone what is going on. What should someone who's being abused do? People who are being abused need to get help. Keeping the abuse a secret doesn't protect anyone from being abused. It only makes it more likely that the abuse will continue. If you or anyone you know is being abused, talk to someone you or your friend can trust, a family member, a trusted teacher, a doctor, or a school or religious youth counselor. Many teachers and counselors have training in how to recognize and report abuse. Telephone and online directories list local child abuse and family violence hotline numbers that you can call for help. There's also Child Help USA at 800-4-A-CHILD, 800-422-4453. Sometimes people who are being abused by someone in their home need to find a safe place to live temporarily. It is never easy to have to leave home, but it's sometimes necessary to be protected from further abuse. People who need to leave home to stay safe can find local shelters listed in the phone book, or they can contact an abuse helpline. Sometimes a person can stay with a relative or friend. People who are being abused often feel afraid, numb, or lonely. Getting help and support is an important first step toward feeling better. Many teens who have experienced abuse find that painful emotions may linger even after the abuser stops. Working with a therapist is one way to sort through the complicated feelings and reactions that being abused creates, and the process can help to rebuild feelings of safety, confidence, and self-esteem.